Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today, guys, we're going to be doing a Total Drama Ridonculous race tier list. And so this is pretty simple. You know the fucking tiers already. I've done like 20 tier videos. So if you don't know the tiers, they're pretty self-explanatory. Anyways, there's no bad tier this time because I don't think there's a bad character per se, but there are characters I just simply dislike. Um, I guess we'll just get right into it. I will give my full thoughts on the season at the end of the video. And this is my third take, so I get fucking interrupted again. I'm gonna lose my shit, but that's unrelated to the video. So. Um, we got Tom and Jen to start off. I think they were great characters. I wish they lasted slightly longer, especially with some teams. Like, actually, I won't even mention them. I won't spoil my future comments or whatever, my future rankings. But with the what the fuck was their name? The fashion bloggers. They were very entertaining for the. I don't want to say a short amount of time they were in there, but they were not in there for that long. They were actually self-inserts of Tom and Jen themselves, the creators of Total Drama. So that was pretty interesting. But maybe that is the reason why they didn't last super long, or I don't know if they were self-inserts or just named after them. But regardless, they were sort of based after them. But even with that, they were entertaining in general. Like I said, they never have much interaction with the other teams. I do remember them having an interaction with Dwayne, with him getting hit by the carpet, but that's pretty much it. Um, but they didn't really need to interact with the other teams all that much. They just needed there was enough chemistry within the team between the two characters that it was fine, considering they didn't last very long. Um, like I said, they were entertaining for the time they were in. The final episode. I forgot what it was. A gasted like it was a pun episode, but like a pun title. But it was the one where they went. Oh my god, I'm starting like a little bitch, bro. It was the one episode where they went to Hotel Transylvania, and they got out. I believe it was that episode, anyways. What happened there? Oh yeah, there was a storyline between Tom and Jen where Jen said she created the blog and Tom was like, "Oh, mad about it" or something like some shit like that. Um, and then they made up by the end of the episode. So there you go. It was a fine storyline. Uh, it was sort of forced, but I didn't really care. It was just a way to get them out, to be honest with you. But like I said, I don't care. It was fun. It was a fun storyline, and they made up by the end, so it's cool. At least I think it was Hotel. It might have not been that episode, but regardless. Um, Next up, we got the Ice There's very great villains. I'm gonna have. By the way, these two are tied, while Jacques is ahead of Jose. It'll make more sense later on. Um, with Jacques and Jose. Jose is I think a little bit like slightly less dimensional than Jacques is, just because you can sort of tell with Jacques like who he likes and who he doesn't like per se, and his relationship in quotation they're not lovers or anything, but like their chemistry or relationship, whatever the fuck you want to call it, with Jose is more dimensional than Jose's relationship with Jacques. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Hopefully I am, but I'll know later on. I keep saying I'm like a little fucking bitch. Hold on. I just said it again. Jesus Christ. I was about to say it again. I'm not gonna say that shit again. I don't fucking know what to say now more. With Jacques and Jose, Jacques, you could tell that he sort of dislikes Jose in a way, but he still sticks by her. It's sort of like James and Jesse from Pokemon, if you know that. If you know that, it's pretty much the same dynamic. But I think Jacques worked a little bit more for Ridonculous race, and while Jose's a little bit like she's the villain of the team. Let me just say that she's the villain of the team, where Jacques is the comedy relief of the team, and I do think that chemistry works very well for the race, and they got third, which was very predictable, but I don't think it's bad because with a total drama villain, they're either going to get fifth, fourth, or third until the reboot. Obviously, there may be a second place villain this season because there's only one winner this time around. But before that, there were two winners, so the villain either got third, fourth, or fifth. So it's pretty obvious that the Ice Dancers are going to get in within that range anyways. So why not make it a storyline where they get third? And it's very satisfying when they get eliminated. Even if you do like them, it's still pretty satisfying, especially on Jose's end. I do feel a little bit sorry for Jacques, which even Kitty says at like like the end of near the end of the season. But it's still pretty satisfying elimination. One of the most satisfying eliminations there are actually. Um, I mean, I don't know what else to say there. Very good characters, comedy relief, the villain of the season. I think Jose is the actual villain of the season. While Jacques does evil things, I think he's obviously nicer than Jose is. So I do like they're not the same exact character, which you'll see later on. There are teams that are pretty much the exact same character, which, for example, Tammy and Leonard, they're decent. I mean, I know people will call them bad just because I don't know, because they did nothing. I could see why they would put them in bad, but that's not really how I do my rankings. You would have to actually be bad, if that makes sense, or wasted potential. It's the same thing, and I'm not fucking saying that Leonard and Tammy were wasted potential. So they're indecent. That's the highest you can go if you did nothing for me. I know some people, like I said, some people put them in bad, but I don't do that. I think Tammy had max like fucking 4 lines at max 4 lines. So I'm assuming there's no way they actually hired a actual voice actor. I'm sure they just got someone off the production team to do some voice lines for Tammy, because there's no way they had her do 4 lines in 2 episodes. Leonard was doing most of the talking, and the only thing that was notable from the entire run was a first generation competitor of Total Drama, Owen, talking with I think it was third generation at the time, Leonard. That's pretty much the only fucking interesting thing that happened on the show. I mean, not on the show, but on the between the characters. So that's pretty much all they're known for. They did nothing, and they were obviously made to get first out. So there you go. The nerds, they're decent. Not Carrie. Where's Devin at? I did not mean to do her this early. Okay, there you go. Okay, move, bitch. Oh my lord. They're a little bit better than Leonard and Tammy just because they actually did something. The only thing I remember from their time was there was one interaction with LED and Jeff, which was fun. I don't remember what they said, but I remember it was pretty entertaining or like interesting, you could say. Um, but other than that, they lasted like 3 episodes, I think, so they really do much of anything. I mean, I wish there was more to say, but I mean, one's based off like one's a knockoff Big Bang Theory character, while the other's just a nerd. That's pretty much only known because she's voiced by Courtney's voice actor. That's it. Um, at least I think she is. I'm pretty sure she is. So that's it. Another decent team. These two bozos. I mean, they're fine, which is why they're in decent there. They're fine. Their storyline at the end was very rushed. It was the Shawshank Redemption episode. They were trapped in the cage or whatever, and I keep saying I don't want to say fucking anymore. I keep going I don't want to say anymore. But they were stuck in a cell in the Shawshank Redemption episode, and I forgot what they actually called it, but Shawshank Redemption. And their goal was to get out. And Chad Orlando said, "Oh, I have a plan." The other one responded, "Oh, what's your plan? I have a better plan." And they're like, "Oh, let's just say our plan at the same time." And they have the same exact plan. And they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite show?" And they have the same exact show, and so on and so forth. And that's how they become friends. It was very rushed, in my opinion. It's very lazy writing, but at the same time, who's looking for actual development to come from the fucking Step Brothers? Let's be serious now. Nobody cares. I mean, I've actually seen some fans of them, so I can't say nobody cares. But the majority of people, I'm sure, do not care. So it's fine. I do wish they went a little bit earlier, considering that it was rushed, so it could have been done a little bit. Honestly, I probably would have replaced them. Like they got 10/11, I think, with Tom and Jen. I would have like switched their placements, if I'm being honest. So yeah, um, they're the same exact characters, so I mean they're tied. These two are tied. These two are tied, I guess. Well, actually, I'll put Leonard a little bit further than Tammy just because Leonard has the actual lines. So Tammy had like 4 lines or some shit. So there you go. The Adversity Twins. Um, they're good. I mean, they could be great. I think it just depends on what you want. I think they did their role perfectly as characters. And I know they're related to Cameron a little bit. Like some people compare them to Cameron, which I mean is a fine comparison. I just think honestly, this may be like a little hot take, but I do think the Adversity Twins are actually better than Cameron. I said fucking again, dude. But regardless, I do think the Adversity Twins are better than Cameron because, well, it sort of goes with the fact that they're not main characters, which sort of gives them leeway to not be focused on that much, which makes their gimmick or personalities better in general. Now, if you don't know what a gimmick is, it's pretty much like think of Scaregirl and Izzy. They're crazy. That's their gimmick. They're crazy. So that's what I mean by gimmick. And Adversity Twins gimmick is that they're sort of saddled, not sad, but like they're all, like bad stuff. Like they have bad luck. That's pretty much it. Their gimmick is that they have bad luck. While Cameron's gimmick was him overcoming that bad luck. It's different. And while the Adversity Twins didn't overcome the bad luck like Cameron did, I think it was better because they came to terms with it. If that makes sense, they came to terms with it, and they did good with that. They got like eighth or seventh or something. Actually, no, I think they got like 10th. or like ninth or something. I think they got ninth, which is not, which is good. I think that's about how. Actually, I don't remember what they got. It may have been like 13th or something. I don't remember. No, it's not 13th. Yeah, I don't remember, but it's in the middle. It's near the middle, which is all you need to know. Um, they did a lot better than most people thought they would in like the in universe, which was their story. People thought they were gonna get like first out, but they did better. So that's their storyline. They overcame the odds. You could say, which is similar to Cameron, but I do think the adversity twins are just more entertaining to me in general. Maybe that's because Mike and Zoe on there dragging them down. But what's just focusing away from Cameron now, just focusing on the adversity twins themselves. I do like their interactions with the other competitors, and it, I don't know what to say. They're not super compelling or anything, but they're fine for what it is. They had good chemistry with the other teams, and they're not out of place. I should say they're not out of place, and they're ending with Emma like sort of using their bad luck against them and their fear of bad luck. You could say it was pretty sad, but well done. It made me hate. It didn't make me hate Emma, but it made me mad at Emma for a little bit. So it was well done. So I mean, they're good characters, maybe even great characters, but I mean, they did what they needed to do. That's the best thing I can say about them. They did what they needed to do. Their storyline was done probably as well as it could have been for what placement they got. So I give them credit for that. The tennis rivals, you're probably gonna hate me for this, but they're great. I love the tennis rivals. Well, I don't love them because they're not amazing, but I love the tennis rivals for the 3 episodes they lasted in. They're so fucking funny. One liner after one liner after one liner after one liner, all hit. They all hit. They're all great one liners. They're so fucking funny, bro. And which is what that's the sole reason why they're in the great tier because that's their only job to be funny. And I love their sense of humor, so that's why they are in the great tier. They're tied, by the way. They're pretty much the same character, so doesn't matter what order you put them in. I'll just go over it at the end of the video. But back to the tennis rivals. If you like Noah, but you hate the tennis rivals, what is going on here? I don't want to call you a hypocrite, but I mean, like, what's the difference there? They pretty much have the same exact humor. They're both sarcastic assholes. It's pretty much the same thing. So why do you like Noah but hate the tennis rivals? I mean, I guess it would make sense if you like Noah more. That's obviously fucking fine because Noah's a better character, obviously. But if you hate the tennis rivals, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. But what do I know? All I gotta say is that they were funny as hell, which is why they're great too. There you go. Kelly good, Taylor decent. Um, I mean, Kelly. The only reason why she's a good is her interaction with Dwayne, by the way, and she's more dimensional than Taylor is with Kelly. Her whole goal was trying to I said it again. Somebody needs to like count in the comments how many times I said fucking. But with Kelly, her storyline was more of how to deal with Taylor, while Taylor didn't really have a storyline. Her storyline was just stay the same. And the short sort of frames it in the way where at the end they make up, but I don't really, it sort of felt shallow because I still don't think Taylor has any respect for her mother, so that ending did feel shallow in a way to me personally. I don't think it was a happy ending by any means. I just think things would go back to the same way as they were before the show for the characters. If that does make, hopefully that makes sense. But with that, like I said, Kelly's interaction with Dwayne were very good combination there. While Taylor didn't really have like any connections with anyone like Kelly had with Dwayne. So there you go. I mean, that's all I have to say. They're not noteworthy characters by any means. Miles decent, Lori great. I mean, good. Oh my God, I said it again, bro. It's like an instinct. I don't know. I'm keep starting like a little bitch. I'm not used to talking because I don't talk a lot. But moving on. I won't say it anymore. But with Lori, what separates her from Miles should be obvious if you remember. But if you don't remember, I don't blame you because they're sort of forgettable if you don't pay attention to the characters, and I don't know why you would be paying attention to Lori and Miles on like your first or second rewatch. So I can't really blame you if you forgot what they were. So Miles pretty much did nothing apart until like the final episode, which is why she's ahead of these two. I do think. I mean, I don't really care about these guys or these guys or these guys, which is why she's that far ahead. But with Lori, I mean, her story was pretty interesting to me. She was pretty entertaining, especially her interaction with Dawn. Those were very funny, very funny to me, anyways. Um, Ignoring that shit with Kitty. Why did I say Kitty? With Lori. Uh, anyways, with Lori. Trying to gain my thought here. I don't. No, normal YouTuber would edit this shit out. I don't edit. So y'all got to deal with this. So if you're watching this all the way through, I appreciate you for with dealing with all these fucking stutters like a little bitch. So with Lori, her thing was with the meat. She was a vegan and she ate the meat. So then when she ate the meat, it was pretty much implied that she liked it, which which was honestly more entertaining than it had any right to be. And then I forgot what episode it was called, but it was the ice picker episode, where I believe the Goss one. I think they got first, but I don't remember the name specifically. And then Dwayne stole their ice bat, like the ice fossil. That was very entertaining. Where she just cursed Dwayne, and Dwayne was like, "Oh, I don't believe in curses, anyways." That was very funny to me. Lori is just a funny character, but at the same time, she's pretty dimensional too, if you really think about it. So honestly, at the end of the video, she might be even put up to great tier. But for right now, I'm gonna put her in good tier. The sisters, Katie's the best character so far, and Emma is right there. The thing that separates Katie from Emma, in my opinion, is that Katie from the start was amazing. She was on her shit. With Emma, I do think Noah dragged her down slightly. I Last rewatch, I thought it was dreadful, but this time I'm more lenient to it. But once Noah and Owen left, Emma and Katie became so much better, so much better. I'm not gonna say they dragged them down per se, Noah and Owen, I mean, but it's just sort of they just clicked better once Noah and Owen were gone. Um, Ignoring that shit. Oh my lord. Katie Katie was involved with Owen, and they had more friendship interactions, which were much more entertaining to me personally than what Emma and Noah was. With Emma and Noah, Emma became like soft, and it was sort of annoying in some parts, while Katie didn't become soft at all. She was on her game the entire time, which I like more about her than Emma. And also, what I like about Katie is that she's not basic. Like like if you heard "selfie teenage girl" in Total Drama, you would think it's the most basic bitch ever. That's not Katie. That's not Katie, which I do respect that a lot. I do think Katie's a well-written character, even better than Emma in some regards. But Emma's still, I'm shitting on Emma a lot, but she's still decent. Not decent, but she's a pretty much amazing character, especially near the end. When, like I said, once Noah and Owen were gone, she was so much better, and especially when they started to explore that relationship he has with Kitty. That's when they were at the best, in my opinion. That's when they were at the best of the character arcs. You could say arcs. They're not really arcs, but whatever. That's when they were at their best. Was when they were exploring their relationship with each other, and that was sort of near the end of the show. So there you go. That's pretty much all I have to say about them. Devin and Carrie. Carrie's right here. Actually, no, Carrie's here, and Devin's here. I might switch this near the end of the video, but for right now, I'm gonna put them here. For her, there. I mean, what separates? Let me start on Carrie. What separates Carrie from Devin is that Carrie has so many other interactions with so many other characters. Carrie has Spud interactions, Brian interactions, um, Junior interactions, which were good by the way, but the fucking internet ruins them. She had interactions with, I think she had like one interaction with the surfers. There was one more in there. Oh, Emma and Kitty, of course. All very good interactions. I think I said Brian. Hopefully, I said Brian because that was her biggest interaction other than Devin. So that's what separates Carrie from Devin. All those interactions carry her from what should have been Devin level to great. And then you have Devin. This motherfucker was boring for 22 or some shit like that episodes. How are you going to be boring for that long? Okay, so here's what happened. At the start, he was obsessed with Shelly. Boring. Then Shelly broke up with him. Boring. Then once that breakup happened, then the 7 stages of the breakup happened. Boring. Then it was the Dude Buggies episode. And I kid you not, the exact fucking, like, alright, the first scene was Devin says he likes Carrie. Not even seconds later, the next fucking scene, Carrie, oh, I don't like Devin anymore. I don't like him anymore. Oh my god, bro. Why? It's so annoying. The storyline's it's written so poorly because you know they just want to drag it out to like 24 episodes, and it's not worth all that. The storyline could have been done in 10 episodes, and if you really want 15 episodes, there is no fucking reason why that needed like 24, 23, 22, whatever it was, however many episodes it was. There's no reason for it. Like, it's not that good of a storyline. So, like I said, those other interactions saved Carrie, and the only reason why I don't have a bad tier for Devin is because he was better at near the end of his run, as like where before like a few episodes before he got eliminated. I mean, that's what I meant. That's what I mean by the end of his run. Um, I'm trying to get on my thought again. So he became better once you could tell they both realized they liked each other, but they were just waiting for the confession. But before that, this dude was so boring. Oh my god, and I just can't forgive that. So it saved him from being in the bad tier, but he's still in the dislike tier because, like I said, this motherfucker is boring. He's boring as hell. So it is what it is. I wanted to like him, I really did, but when a story gets dragged on for like 22, 24 episodes or some shit like that again, someone has to take the bullet, and Carrie was a lot better, so it's Devin who took the bullet, and he was oblivious for 22 episodes, and it's annoying as hell. So there you go. Surfers, let me just say something off the bat. The servers were my Alright, so the Ridonculous race was the first season I've ever watched live and ever watched in general. The very first season. And as a kid, I was like, I don't know how old I was, but maybe like 12 or some shit. Like I don't know. But when that episode came out, well, not the episode, when the season came out, they were my favorites. The servers were my favorites. Now it's not the same, but I will always have that childhood nostalgia for them and my childhood bias for them. So if you don't agree with my ranking, that's fine. I just have a bias for them, and I'm in that right now. So Jeff is here, and Brody's here. And what separates Jeff and Brody for me is honestly bias because Jeff has Island World Tour in action. Even if he's not that good in action, he has those seasons to develop his character. So it sort of relates. That sort of makes you relate to him more. So like I said on the first watch, I thought Devin and Brody were like on the same level, but looking back after I watched Island Action World Tour, it's just I think Jeff's better. It just makes Jeff more dimensional than Brody is. It's not Brody's fault. It's not any way they wrote Brody. It's just that Jeff has that background, and you already like him, so it just makes Devin, not Devin. I don't know why the fuck I said Devin, but that it just makes Jeff better in general. And I know that's sort of biased and sort of not fair if I'm ranking it on one season alone, but it does impact the season and how you view the character. So I do have to take that into account. That's not to say Brody was bad by any means. I just think Jeff was slightly better because you could relate to him more, just because you know him as a character beforehand. The servers, I mean, in general, they were fine. They were comedy relief. Normally, I don't like that type of comedy relief, but like I said, the childhood bias kicks in. Like they were fine. Like they returned. I know people don't like that. I'm fine with the return. Even I don't think that's bias. I'm still fine with the return. I'm fine with a returning team winning or like being in the finale in a season. I'm fine with that. It makes sense to me. And I get why people don't like it, but I'm fine with it. But I mean, they were eliminated at like 6, and then it came back like 4th. So I don't know if the return was really necessary, but I'm fine with it. I know there's sort of a controversy there. Like I said, this like the 4th time. I'm fine with it. So in general, they're good characters, great characters. Even they did their job. They're fine winners, in my opinion. It's just that I wish that I don't know what I wish. I wish they were slightly more dimensional. Slightly. I know they don't need more. They don't need to be the most dimensional characters in the show, by any means. I just wish they had slightly like just had something more than them. Something more than them. I think I'm gonna put Jeff here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna put Jeff. I don't want to go that. I want to go that far. I want to go that far. So okay. Next we have up Noah and Owen. So I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna put Owen here and Noah here. Yeah. Okay, so what separates them? Well, it's simple. The relationship with Emma. It was fine, not great. But in the meantime, while that was happening, like I said, Noah and Katie were doing something good. I like that friendship a lot more than Noah and Emma. And Noah, I mean, he was pretty much, he did nothing for like an episode or two. He did fucking nothing. So that was really annoying. But even before Emma broke up with him, he was just obsessed with Emma. That became his character. The first few episodes, he was fine, but once he became attracted to Emma, that's when things really. I don't want to say went downhill, but like they got worse. They got worse for Noah, and he sort of lost what made him like a good character. He was not dreadful, which is why he's in the good tier, the top of good tier. But it 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 just sort of took away from what made him a good character, some aspects. So I mean, plus no, I mean Owen. Owen was good the entire time. I mean, there are a few fart jokes as to why he's not ahead here. I don't really like Owen compared to. I'm gonna put him in there, but not ahead of the fashion bloggers because there's a few jokes that didn't land with me with Owen, but with Owen he was a lot better than he was maybe any other season apart from maybe Island maybe. So plus his chemistry with like Kitty and even some other teams were good, much better than Noah's were. So there you go. The only thing I wish, not the only thing, but like I do wish that Noah, no, Noah, Owen, Jeff interacted at least like one time. I know it would have been sort of forced, but like there was one time I forget which episode where it's like they don't even know each other existed. And I know that it doesn't matter in the long run. It really doesn't matter. It's just something that I wish happened. So there you go. It's pretty much Noah. Let me just simple it down. Noah, I wish that he kept more of his personality when he was with Emma and with Noah and with Owen. Some of his jokes didn't land, but still an overall great character in the season. I'm gonna save Dwayne Jr. for later. Not too much later though. I'm gonna do Rock and Spud first. Rock, I think is great. Spud, I'm gonna put him in good, but below there. So what separates Rock and Spud? Spud, I don't like the fact he did nothing. I don't like that fact at all. Actually, um, I mean not Jeff. Rock was carrying the hell out of him, and that's what separates the two. Rock. Plus, I think Rock was just more grounded than Spud was, and I do like that in a character more grounded. I know it's total drama, but I do like a more grounded character for the show's standards. Excuse me. Um, excuse me again. Goddamn. But Spud, I mean, he some of his jokes land, some of his jokes doesn't land for me personally. Rock, I think like I said, he's more grounded. You could sort of relate to him more than Spud, and he was carrying what Rock was carrying Spud, and that's just there's no debate about that, and that's what's making me like Rock more, like even more than I don't know if I like him more than Jeff. It's very close. I'll come to that later at the end of the video, but plus, I think his jokes made it better with me than Spud's jokes. I know humor is subjective, but I do like Rock's humor a little bit better, even if it became a little bit repetitive. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. I do like the storyline where Spud did start doing more and more and more, but it wasn't great or anything. I just think that Rock was better. That's pretty much all I have to say. Rock was better. And Spud, I mean, he was fine, good, just nothing amazing. Dwayne and Jr. Dwayne is my first out of this world character, and Jr. He's in here. I don't know where though. I think I'm gonna put him here. Yeah. So what separates Dwayne and Jr.? It's simple. The humor. I think Dwayne has the best humor and maybe well in the entire show, in my opinion. That's what separates Dwayne from Jr. And Dwayne's sort of like an asshole, bro. This motherfucker's an asshole. He like hates his wife and shit. It's like it's low key, but it's very funny to me. Yeah. Not the fact that he hates his wife, obviously, but like his humor is just very funny to me. And actually, I may put. No, I don't think I'm going. I don't know. I think I'm putting him. I'm gonna keep him great. I'm gonna keep him great. But Dwayne, his chemistry with the other characters, Kelly, that's also what separates him from Junior. Yeah, I think he has slightly better interactions. Junior had like a better interaction with Carrie, but I think Dwayne had Kelly. He had like the ice characters for a little bit. He had the surfers. Junior also had the surfers, but I think the surfers, well, more specifically Brody's interaction with Dwayne was better than what it was with Junior's. I know it was only like one scene, but it was still a good scene. And I think that's it for their interactions for the oh, and Dwayne and Lori, which is a very funny scene. That was it for the most part. So pretty much like I said, just the humor. I do think on rewatch Dwayne was a little bit worse, but like nothing too bad. So there you go. I mean, there's not much else to say other than that. Oh, I forgot. The storyline between him and Junior was maybe the best storyline of the season. Maybe other than the sisters at the end there. But I mean, their storyline was very good. Where Junior starts to like accept his dad for who he is. Never mind. It's the best storyline of the season. It's the best storyline of the season. Actually, I might have to put Junior here, bro. I might have to. It's very. I don't know if I could do it though. I'm gonna put him in the top of great. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in the top of great. I don't. I can't put him amazing. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just something there. I can't put him amazing, but yeah, the storyline very very good, very very good. Where the like I said, Junior became more accepting of Dwayne, and it was a great wholesome story in my opinion. It had its ups and downs, and I wish they lasted longer. I really wish they lasted longer, considering the fucking daters were still in, the best friends were still in. I wish they lasted longer, but it is what it is. So there you go. Ryan and Stephanie. Ryan is he's here or he's here. He's here or he's here. He's here or he's here. Actually, I might put him there. No, I'm gonna put him. I don't know. I'll save him. Stephanie's like here. Yeah. I mean, Stephanie's slightly good, but I mean, it gets annoying. She gets annoying pretty quickly. Ryan, on the other hand, I really like Ryan. I don't think he's on the same tier as Stephanie, so I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna keep Brody ahead of him for. Actually, no, I'm not. And I'm gonna put him. Let me. Yeah, let me do that. And I think that. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so Ryan, what separates Ryan from Stephanie? It should be pretty obvious. Stephanie's more of a bitch, and she gets more annoying quickly. While Ryan, on the other hand, Ryan is more chilled and relaxed, and his interaction with Carrie were good, and his interaction with the other team. I think he had interaction. I'm struggling. I'm stuttering. I gotta slow down. I think his interaction with Junior. I believe he had an interaction. I think he had an interaction with Junior in My Way or Zimbabwe episode, which was also really good. Actually, no, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I keep saying how good Junior is and how good his interactions with other characters are. I gotta put him in amazing, though. Back to Ryan though. His interactions with Junior were good. His interactions with Carrie were obviously good, and I believe there was some more that I'm forgetting about. Maybe not, but that's what separates him from Stephanie. And I mean, there's not much more to say other than that. Just that Ryan was more chilled and relaxed. Yeah, I think that's it. There's not much more to say other than that. Other than their storyline drags for way too long. I think they got like sixth or fifth. That's way too long. Way too long. So what I think they should have got like eliminated like way earlier. Not too much earlier, but like, come on. They did not need to make the final six. Like, let's be serious now. All right, so now we have Inui and Crimson. This is tough. I think they're here. They're tied, by the way. They're pretty much the same character, but damn, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that for right now. I think they're the most complete team in the entire show, the best duo in the entire show. So yeah, yeah. I mean, okay. So let me just start off with what makes them good. I wish they had slightly more screen time. I know that's supposed to make them mysterious, but at the same time, it still works. Their interactions with Dawn are really, really funny. Their interactions with the Ice Dancers were really good. In my opinion, they were the best Ice Dancers rivalry, in my opinion. Um, the Surfers also had a good rivalry with the Ice Dancers. Not a rivalry per se, but they also had a good interaction with them. But I think the Scotsers still had the best interaction with the Ice Dancers in general. Who else did they interact with? I think they interacted with Devin for a little bit, which is good. Which was the only highlight Devin had for like fucking 22 episodes were the Goths. So the Goths are just entertaining in general. Every time they're on screen, they're funny. They do something that's funny, but at the same time, they're not one dimensional either. Like the Ridonculous in Roll episode, I forgot what it's called specifically, but it was something like that, where they had to see their skin or like their faces. It was pretty good, and that one episode alone is what makes them dimensional for me. Anyways, not they're not two dimensional. They're not like super dimensional or anything, but still, I mean, it makes you know the characters better, and it sort of shows you that even though they're like, I don't want to say hiding their true selves, but they're hiding other aspects of their personalities away from each other. It still goes to show you that they were willing to quit the game and get used to each other. Like before they saw like the suits, they were willing to get like to live like that, to live without the goth pain or all that. They were willing to live like that, and that just goes to show you that they do care for each other. And there's other times where it shows that they do care for each other. In my opinion, it is the best ship of the show, and like I think it's only said in like one line that they're actually dating, maybe like two lines or something like that. It's not shoved down your throat by any means, like any other total drama ship. It's sort of shoved down your throats and it sort of lets you know that they are a couple. It's not really done. It's not done like that with the Goths, and I do appreciate that unique approach with them. So that's what separates them from other ships and other competitors in the season. they're just low key and chill, and every time they're on screen, their one liners usually hit, and the chemistry is really good between each other, really really good. They have like Loki, the bunny was really funny too. So there you go. The cadets. Ah, goddamn. Hmm. Sanders is like here, while MacArthur is here, maybe even here. I think there. I'm not a fan of them. I'm not. I'm not that big of a fan of them. I think Sanders is slightly better because she's more grounded, but at the same time, her whole character revolves around what MacArthur's doing. That's it. And it became better in the end, but it's just I found them not like their humor just isn't for me, especially MacArthur. Her humor isn't for me. She's a fucking prick. She's a prick, and I know like you're supposed to think that she became better at the end, but that she only became better to Sanders. She's still a fucking asshole cop who like breaks the law of fucking every episode. Why am I supposed to root for her? She's an asshole. And then you have Sanders, who's slightly better, but he doesn't have that much of a personality compared to MacArthur. And what her personality is just boring, in my opinion. But she's still good based off her other interaction with the other characters. And the main thing, the rivalry, the Ice Dancers, I didn't really find that entertaining at all. They didn't have much chemistry to me personally, anyways. So it is what it is there. But that's just a subjective thing. And my thing is the chemistry was lacking on my end. Maybe it's the same for other people. I don't know. But I don't think they were worthy finalists at all. I didn't really feel like they deserved it because, like, sure, McCarthy became nicer at the end, in quotations, nicer to Sanders. But I mean, I think the father, son, the sisters, especially the sisters, um, father, son, sisters. Who else is there? I think that's pretty much it, though. Those two teams, I think, would have been better finalists. Specifically, the sisters were better than the cadets for the finale, in my opinion. I would personally had, and this is my season review now. I would have personally had the sisters versus the surfers in the finale. I know not the surfers have a little bit more interaction with the cadets, but at the same time, I just don't really rock it with the cadets like that. I think the sisters deserved finale a lot more than the cadets did. I think they had a better story than the cadets, so I do think they deserve finale more. With the surfers, I think the surfers. Maybe I'm biased though. I think the surfers still deserve the finale just because, like I said, I had that childhood bias. So there you go. This is my final ranking. Dwayne's first, Katie, followed by Jacquees, followed by Annie and Crimson, who are tied, followed by Jose, followed by Emma, followed by Junior, followed by Carrie, followed by Rock, followed by Jeff, followed by Tom and Jen, who are tied, followed by Ryan, followed by Owen, followed by Brody, followed by Gary and Pete, who are tied, followed by Noah, followed by Lori, followed by Mickey J, who are tied, followed by Sanders, followed by Rock, followed by Kelly, followed by Stephanie, followed by MacArthur, followed by Taylor, followed by Miles, followed by Step Brothers, who are tied, followed by Nerds, who are tied, followed by Leonard and Tammy, who are tied, followed by Devin. So is there any changes I want to make before I go over the entire season? Looking. I think this should be fine. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. I think I'm gonna give Jeff slight. I think I'm gonna do this, and I think I'm going to do that. Okay, I think that's fine. Don't want to put Ryan ahead. I don't want to. Don't put Owen ahead of Ryan. I don't think I would. Brody ahead of the ice, not the ice users, but the tennis rivals. The tennis rivals were only in for 3 episodes, but they were so good in those 3 episodes. I don't know. I'm sure most of y'all are yelling at me to put Brody ahead, but I don't know. I'll put Brody ahead for right now. It may change in a day. It may change in a few minutes once this video ends, but I'm going to put Brody ahead for right now. Yeah, actually no, I'm not. I didn't like his crush with MacArthur, and that's what's holding me back from putting him. I forgot about that. So his crush with MacArthur, that's what's holding him back from being ahead of the tennis rivals. That's it. I mean, they're so close. My opinion might change in like a few minutes after the video ends. I don't know. Do I move? Oh, do I want to move Noah up? I don't think I do. I think Noah's good in top of good tier. Do I want to move Lori up? No, I think she's good in top of good tier. Um, do I want to move Mickey and Jay up? I don't think I do. I think they're good there. I think everyone else is good. I think they're good. Okay. So my overall view of the season, I know most of y'all are gone already, but for the few of those that are still here, my overall review of the season, I would give it a grade of B plus. Um, maybe like a B or B plus in the middle there. The ending was very good, a very strong ending, but the middle was very, very long. The beginning was good, but it began to drag once like Tom and Jen were out, and then once father and son Goss were out, it just dragged a little bit in the middle, like I said, and that sort of holds it back from being like a top tier season in my opinion. I would probably like before I rewatch the other seasons, I would probably have it um like I would have it ahead of Pocketteo and All Stars, of course, and then I'd probably have it above Revenge, but that's it. So that's what I think of Ridonculous Race. B plus or B, it doesn't matter. I'm going to lean towards B plus. Decent season, but I mean, yeah, there's some good and bad. There's at least some good and bad. So there you go. I'll see you all in the next video. Hopefully there's episodes coming out on Monday. I'll see you all for Christmas if there are. So yeah, see you all then. Hopefully there's episodes. If there's not, we'll see what happens. So peace out.